from day one, you spent so much time with me to really teach me more technique, which is what I was looking for, and made me feel really welcome, almost as like a member of your family. Very life affirming. Very life affirming, meaning it makes me feel alive and it makes me feel I have a good reason to be alive. In other words, I feel like, a little bit like the fire in my belly is awakened a little bit. I think exercise is really good for that, for anyone, especially if they don't work out all the time. Because you get so busy with everything else in your life, you kind of forget to be in touch with your body, to be in touch with what you want in life. And I think just being here and seeing you guys be so passionate about Muay Thai makes me feel passionate about life in general, and just makes me feel like happy to be alive, and also makes me feel really strong. Absolutely. There are so many differences. I actually was not expecting uh, the differences that I turned out to find out when I came here. First of all, in California and outside Thailand, you don't really get much attention from the trainer anyway. Often you go to the class, you hold pads for someone else, another student, and you maybe do with another student. You don't maybe get that much attention from a teacher. Then I've been to two other Muay Thai camps in Thailand, and the biggest difference is those ones, they have their fixed program, and the trainers are usually just trainers, but the fighters never talk to you in those gyms. And you're just seen as like another customer, I feel, and like, oh, they take care of you well, but once you're out the door, it's okay. Probably, not going to talk to you again unless you want to come and train for a fight. You go in the door and you go out the door. They'll train you well, especially if you want to pay for privates. I feel then they might give you some more attention. But otherwise, you learn a bit. Maybe you do some fitness. Okay. Maybe you want to fight. I think if you want to fight, you have to make it very clear to them, and you have to talk a lot and maybe impress them. Okay, this guy really wants to fight. Otherwise, they're not going to maybe spend so much time on you. The biggest difference here is from day one, you spent so much time with me to really teach me more technique, which is what I was looking for, and made me feel really welcome, almost as like a member of your family. And I think that close feeling is so hard to find. And not everyone will find it. Maybe we connected because you like me, or you get along with me, you find it easy to bully me and want me to train hard. But not everyone can find that connection. But for me, when I find that connection with anyone, with any group of people, I hold on to it because it's really valuable. What did I not like?
Yeah.
In terms of activities, I mean, yes, there's some physical activities I dislike more than others. I don't like push-ups, but that's just because I don't like core work as much, and I love the flow of Muay Thai. So I love sparring the most because that kind of activates something in my brain that gets me a bit more excited. Quick side note, the chance to spar with a fighter and have him control his pace with me and to practice with him, with Matthias, I think was, for me, it feels like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and that's been really amazing. To go back to your question, what else did I hate? I think it's not that I hated this. I knew this was going to happen, but it still took some getting used to. I'm a bit of a spoiled person. Like, I live in the city, I have a condo, I have AC, I have everything. You come to Rayong, it's not like a super fancy experience, and you have to adjust your expectations about what life will be like, out, during all your hours, like in the room, what food is nearby, what food are you going to eat as part of your diet when you're at the gym. I kind of expected that, and I knew it would be a bit challenging for me. But I didn't hate it. It's just I know it'll be a little difficult for me because I'm a little spoiled when I don't live here. I think this place really caters to the style of gym, which is, this is a gym to come learn Muay Thai, and that is shown in full force because there's not many distractions here. This place is not like Phuket. It's not like Pattaya. It's not a place for you to come and then after training you can go and drink and like go have a bunch of fun. You can do that if you really want to, but this is much better as a place for you to be a bit more reflective, quiet, peaceful, more really nestled deep in nature, and giving you the chance to really think, I'm here for Muay Thai, I'm here to take care of my health, I'm here to maybe meet new people and get deeper into the sport and really focus on one thing here and not get distracted. Also, and focusing on my diet, and maybe meet some new Thai people who live a much more simpler life than you might have ever lived in your own. So I think you need to know that, I'm not it's not the place that you can just do all the things you might expect in a normal touristy part of Thailand. It's much more quiet. You might have some difficulties communicating with some people because maybe they don't speak much English or the other languages you might speak. And so it takes some patience, it takes some understanding, and it takes a good foundation or idea in your mind of why you came here in the first place. I think once you have that solid idea, why am I here? What do I want to achieve from 7 Muay Thai? You'll have a good idea. Okay, I should come to Rayong. Oh no, maybe Rayong is not for me. It really depends. Sometimes it's not just about the trainer, it's about your connection to the trainer. Do you get along with them? Because maybe I might get along really well with that trainer, but someone else might do something that pisses that trainer off, and then maybe that trainer is like, you know what, I don't care about this person so much. It's just a natural consequence of any relationship with people in this world. Trainers in 7 Muay Thai, I would say, are really great at really wanting to teach you if you show them that you want to be taught and that you want to learn from them. I think they're also quite playful and they really have a good understanding of the sport. I think the most obvious part is that the trainers are training the fighters too. You're getting access to the same trainers who are training the fighters of the gym. That, I think, to me speaks volumes that this is not just some tourist trainer who's just here for the customers, but someone who deeply understands the sport and is willing to spend the time and patience with you to teach you what you need to know. I think that part is quite phenomenal. Overall, I feel really great about that compared to other gyms. Like, yes, there are things I could change, but I want to think of the thing that's actually most important or actually like valuable and not just some random thing because I say it because I'm like a spoiled person or whatever. The first thing, it's not really something you can change. It's not your fault. Getting to Rayong from Bangkok does take some time, like on the bus. If there was a flight, it would feel so much more comfortable for me. But again, that's not your fault, right? That's nothing you can really change about the gym. I would say that was something that I'll probably get used to, but I'm like, oh, this is like the one thing that's kind of annoying. In terms of the gym, taxis, no, not by taxi. Taxi's okay too. It's not so expensive, but maybe I might actually try taxi someday. Especially if I'm in a rush. But yeah,
Because if you talk about fly, if you take a flight to Koh Samui is
same price.
expense more,
Yeah.
much more.
Mm-hmm.
I think going come back will be 4,000, 5,000 bucks, 6,000 bucks. I think in going come back
2,000, right?
2,000 got
Yeah.
come back.
That's a really good point. I'm gonna have to think about that more for next time. That's a really good point. In terms of the gym itself, I think in terms of the equipment and the gym itself, it has everything you really need. I don't think I'd change anything about the gym and the Muay Thai piece. Maybe more the resort and the living piece. I'm not so sure exactly what I would change, but I think trying to make the rooms a bit more comfortable to stay in all the time, especially in the heat, would be helpful. We have the
Especially
Heat, caloric.
yeah. Sometimes I think it can be a bit difficult, but again, that's not the gym's fault. It's just so hot in this time and in this area. But I think
you have air.
Hmm?
You have air. You don't use air conditioning.
yeah. So there's the AC, and that's great too. I just think I don't really know how it would change. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I would like, but I don't know how it would change, and it doesn't stop me from coming back, if that makes sense. It's just because I'm also here working remotely. I'm in my room a lot, and I noticed sometimes I think the room can trap the heat. So even with the fan, maybe even with the AC, it can get a bit hot. But I think, I just don't know enough about construction and rooms to really know how it would change. But that would be like the one thing I wish would change a little bit. If you are curious about Muay Thai, if you are open to being taught deeply from someone with a lot of expertise, and you are okay to spend most of your time on Muay Thai and not get distracted by other things, I can't think of a better gym to recommend them. 7 Muay Thai. Long time ago, I played Assassin's Creed. The best ones were set in Italy. I think everyone agrees the best Assassin's Creed hero was the Italian one. His name was Ezio.